Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I just took a almost 1 month trip to China, so I haven't been able to play many games lately, but I am back, and today I'm playing a team game against Konradian. So well, I guess we're gonna wait for this to load. Konradian here. He's also in the Generals League. Very skilled player. We have a couple other videos playing against him on the channel. And let's hop into the game. Oh, yes. And of course, the usual thanks to the commenters, subscribers, and of course, the YouTube members who support the channel monetarily. Really appreciate your guys' help. It greatly encourages me to keep making these videos. So let's take a look here at what Konradian did. He bought two tanks for infantry standard, got an above average West Russia and a very above average Ukraine despite having bombers to die first. So this is a pretty terrible start. He has such a good start, and he basically is forcing us to tank rush. We don't really have an option because it's too expensive to clear out Ukraine. If we just use planes, I mean, we'd have to throw a bunch of stuff, then we lose a bunch in the counterattack. We have to tank rush and hope we get lucky. So I'm going to buy the tank and an infantry. I'm going to just kill the destroyer. Let's send everything in the kitchen sink here against Ukraine. And I believe I'm going to save the transport to add an AA gun there later. But in my opinion, our start is sufficiently bad enough to do the naval split, where I send a guy to C-Zone 10, I send 5 to C-Zone 7. If it works, it gives us a lot of space from the United Kingdom. If it doesn't work and C-Zone 7, I don't remember what the exact odds of it surviving, maybe it's like 10%, 13%, something like that. It's basically a lost game if it doesn't work. So very high risk, but when your opponent gets such a strong start, you have to take some risks to equalize the position, or they'll just choke you out and get more and more ahead. So let's start this. And I like to ideally start with this, because if we manage to kill the destroyer, we'd rather have sub survive in C-Zone 7 rather than a cruiser. Well, that was the worst result. Your sub, you kill it 2 out of 3 times the destroyer dies, and 1 out of 3 times your sub lives. Unfortunately, we got the bottom 1 out of 3. Come on, subs. Nice. Okay. So we got a good C-Zone 7, so it's not a disaster yet. Here, it's extremely important that he doesn't get more than 2 hitbacks. Oh, that was a terrible roll. Ooh, he got 4. That's a no bueno. That's a no bueno. Well, other than C-Zone 7, this is not the type of start that you send postcards to your family about. I'm going to grab infantry instead of artillery because I don't think he's going to hit this. Ukraine is just such a juicy slab of meat. There's really no way he could not go for it. And if Ukraine goes well, we have 5 infantry here to stack West Russia. God, you got 4 hitbacks. That is truly awful. Truly awful. Guess I'll send an extra infantry there. Rough start. Rough start. What are the odds, out of curiosity, of him getting 4 hitbacks there? That was a bottom 25% chance for us, so unfortunate. We just have to hope that he accidentally captures, or we get really lucky and dice him, or he gets greedy and tries to hit a bunch of things. But yeah, tough start. It's gonna take some luck to get us back into this one. Let me check my profile. I did set it to submerge with fleet. And I'm not going to bother putting the transport down there to Italy. This little bloke is not living to see his 18th birthday. He's going to die round 1. Maybe I should have moved that infantry there instead. I don't know. Is that an appealing hit for him? Yeah, I probably should have added an infantry there. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, that's it for now. See you guys next time for Japan 1. Welcome back. It's Japan 1. Let's take a look at what Konradian did. He did the standard fleet drop, killed the transport there, killed this transport with what did he used the fighters in Egypt, which means we have a really good shot at taking out the aircraft carrier and transport. Took out our fleet, lost a destroyer, lost the cruiser, so pretty uneventful round. No miracles occurred, unfortunately. So we're just going to do the standard 3 transport and a tank. I'm going to try to take out that aircraft carrier and the transport. It will also leave these fighters a very slim chance to move to stack West Russia. That's what I try to do when I tank rush. Unfortunately, with how strong his West Russia was, and how terrible my Ukraine attack, this game might just be over pretty fast, but I'm gonna do my darndest, and we'll see what we can get done. Actually, let's do a tank to try to potentially snipe Kazakh. Feels a little awkward to send this guy there. I am behind, so I'm going to have to take some more risks. I don't like sending this fighter here because that forces it to land in French Indo-Thailand, which means it won't be in range of a West Russia stack. Oh, let's also change my defense profile to protect the carrier. Not my ideal setup, but you really have to go for an aircraft carrier to transport. It defends at 2, and it's, 21 IPCs. Alright, let's try it. If I do it this way, I am leaving him a strong opportunity to go after Season 60. I don't know. I don't know what to do in these tough situations. Usually these sort of games are decided on how well the Ukraine strafe goes. If it goes really well, you're just cooked as the Axis. If it flubs for them, you can be in a great spot. You're usually supposed to lose 2 or 3 infantry here when you skip Pearl. Makes a big difference whether this aircraft carrier hits back or not. Okay, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna put the fighters here because I mean, my Navy's gonna be in 34, even though at some level it's bad because it means this fighter can attack. Sorry, this fighter can go attack, whereas if I were to position here, they couldn't. But I need my fighters in range of West Russia. Alright, I don't like it, but I think I have to pull one fighter back here because if I don't, he has really good odds to kill my entire Navy, and I'm rather fond of my Navy. I'm going to enter and reload to try to lock in that defense profile. I don't know if that actually works. I don't know if it's some arcane superstition like rubbing cougar blood on a router to reduce your ping, but I heard somebody say that, and pretty good round overall. Only lost 2 infantry, so we got the smiley side of average there. Unfortunately, Japan is not the impactful player in the game. Early game, it's mostly about Germany and Russia. If one of them gets really good or really bad starts, it really swings the game. Then UK is the most impactful, then Japan, and then US in terms of good starts. Good Japan starts, of course, are good, but it just takes so long for Japan to significantly influence the game that a good Japan start can sometimes not be very impactful compared to the other factions. Alright. I got my fighters here and a tank to try to blast Kazakh. We're defended in C-Zone 60. And I think that's good enough. Just double checking. Sometimes I've made mistakes on these videos, because I don't want you guys sitting here listening to me double check all my moves and him and ha. I want it to be a good video experience, but that's also led to me making more mistakes than I would normally make. So I'm just double checking here to make sure everything's going where it should. I apologize. All right. That's it for now, and we'll see if we're in heaven or hell next turn. If he gets a good strafe and there's like 2 or 3 tanks left and he just pulls back to West Russia or Caucasus, we're in hell. If he accidentally captures and I can smash everything, or I kill more than he does, we're in heaven. So let's see if we believed in the right religion next turn. See you guys next time. Welcome back. It's Germany 2. Let's take a look at what Konradian did. He bought aircraft carrier destroyer, 2 transfer, 2... Yeah, standard move for US. Took Morocco. This is a really good move because I can't... Normally I'd attack this, but since I'm tank rushing, I don't really have enough infantry to hit this and defend northwestern Europe. I could land the planes here, but that's just really awkward move. For Russia, he bought artillery, 8 infantry. He took Belorussia, no losses, and he hit Karelia, which surprised me a little because this is a real juicy chunk of meat, and I'm a little shocked he didn't go for it. So I guess the tank rush goes on, huh? So this turn, since I don't have Karelia, I'm going to buy a bomber because I need the bomber to contest him taking C-Zone 3 for free with this guy. So I don't really feel like giving him Egypt as a trade because I didn't kill any units in Transjordan. The US flew their guys over. I just don't have that much. You know, he can probably defend India without issue, especially since he has an additional 3 guys there. So I'm going to continue with the tank rush because that's about all we got going for us. It's really important I take this out as cleanly as possible. He has 2 infantry and 4 planes that can hit here, so I really can't afford to send too much away from here. Kind of just have to hope I one-round him. Oh, that's kind of weird. I can't see the fighter symbol. Huh. Well, let's try our best. Wow, only 2 hits. I guess that's all I needed, but still a little scary. Got it. Really important he doesn't get more than 1 hit here. Nice, one rounded him. Oh, perfect, no hits. we'll take that. And France, of course. That's a lot of money. Got it. Okay. Alright, pretty good round, honestly. I think our opponent gave us an opportunity they didn't need to by doing that. So, what are the odds that he hits this with his plans? Probably not that great, right? I'm going to keep this battleship here because I don't want to allow him to trade the battleship for a destroyer and fighters. I want him to trade purely planes if he wants this battleship. And these fighters here are purely to say, hey, don't think about trading a fighter and a bomber just to get Germany's plane count down. Or rather, please don't do that. What's my defense profile set at? I'll keep it at default here. I'll put a shield reminding me to send Japanese fighters over here. It should be pretty darn safe. I'm putting these here because even though it gives him the opportunity to attack here, I need every unit I can to attempt to stack Caucasus. In fact, I don't think I can stack Caucasus because my early game was so bad. But if he does a full artillery buy, that will be challenging for us. But we'll just have to see. He planted an AA gun here. That was clever. So I don't do the little tank blitz I wanted to. Alright, I think that's about all I can get done. And honestly, this is a better position than I expected us to be in after that start. I mean, our position still isn't great, but if he just got a good strafe, the game would probably be over. Instead, Russia traded, Karelia and Belorussia, and I think he made a very minor profit, but I think he made a profit, but compared to smashing all my tanks here, preventing the West Russia stack, I think that would have been worth a whole lot more in my opinion. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you next time for Japan 2. Welcome back. It's Japan 1. Let's take a look at what Konradian did. He bought an extra transport. Looks like he put 3 units in India for combat. He took France, no losses. Burma, no losses. And hit Ukraine and only lost 1. He risked a plane by hitting it, but it does expose Poland here if Russia wants to go for that. I don't know that they would, though. Sending 3 tanks and 2 fighters against 4 Tatars, while profitable, Russia probably doesn't want to. Well, I don't know. We'll see what he does. So, since he has this AA gun here, it's not particularly profitable for me to hit here. So I'm just going to buy my standard 6 infantry and a complex. I'm going to play super standard. Let's see if we can hit here. Sometimes when I see these situations, I think, man, if I just air raid Russia with all of my planes, could I potentially capture it next turn? I don't think I can because I'm not that strong, but it's something to consider. I'm also considering whether I should just hit this anyway, even though I know that it's technically IPC negative. But I think I should reframe. I need all the fighters I can for West Russia. I can't hit Alaska, or I shouldn't, because he has this tank, a fighter, and an infantry, so it's not a free take, so I won't bother. And usually when you tank rush, you generally don't want to mess with the US that much unless it's super free. What my goal is to try and capture India, because when you take Caucasus as Germany, Russia can no longer send reinforcements to India, and suddenly it's my, 6 units going down here every single turn to his 3, and it becomes very easy to get a capture. So that's what I'm going to shoot for, to see if we can get that. All right, let's go with this. Great, one-rounded it. Probably should wait till I see his hitbacks before I say if it's great or not. I guess I can leave the fighter here. The bomber can also join its buds over there. This transport will pick up the Philippines. I guess this is... I guess there's no real reason for me to keep those guys. Anywhere else, because I'm not going to go after Alaska with their... well, I guess technically I could go after with that bloke. So maybe I'll keep them there because they don't serve a whole lot of purpose in the other territories. Let's see. Can only hit that with one bomber, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If he captures this, yeah. I guess I probably should have used 2 battleships here. Slightly better odds. I guess I'll go with this move. Maybe I'll keep a artillery here to try to encourage him to buy a destroyer to block us from going after Africa. Next turn, I'm probably going to stack Egypt to encourage him to trade that, since he doesn't have as much overwhelming odds as he used to, and it will soften up India for us. Yeah, I really love forcing destroyer block buys out of the UK. Takes -1 infantry from India, and it's basically free. I don't really plan to go to Africa at all, unless of course he leaves me a juicy target. Alright, I think that's enough for now. He can't hit this, right? Where's his bomber? It's here. Okay, this guy's safe. Sometimes I forget they have a bomber here or here, and they can snipe that fighter and or that transport, and I get real sad. looks pretty good. Double checking though. Complex here, 6 infantry. We're on our way. Alright, that's it for now. See you guys next time for Germany 3. Welcome back. It's Germany 3. Let's take a look what Konradian did. He bought 2 transports, 5 land units, and a fighter, which tells me he doesn't plan to bring a lot of these transports back because he's going to unload these and he's not going to have anything for a return trip. So he's not going after Karelia. He's probably looking at a Medchuk. Got a really nice bombing raid in there. And took Algeria, Northwestern, and Norway for free. Russia blitzed from Ukraine to Bulgaria, Romania. I don't know why he left an infantry here. That's kind of just a free meal for me, but I'll take it. So at this point, since it looks like he's given me an opportunity at a Caucasus stack, I'm just going to buy a bunch of land units to try to stall him out. Know why players sometimes blitz that tank. I mean, it's not an IPC positive exchange for them. Maybe I should send an extra one here. I'm trying to decide 1, 2, yeah, because I think I have to land most of my fighters here in Karelia, because I plan to put 1 here, 1 infantry there, and the rest here to hold. So he can hit me, how many transports? What can he hit Karelia with? I should probably calculate this out. 2 infantry, tank, 3 fighters, 2 bombers, and a cruiser. Those odds actually are a little too close for my liking. A little too close for my liking. How do we do this then? Do I keep a tank back? How safe is Caucasus with 12 tanks? Pretty safe. Yeah, should be pretty safe. Maybe I'll just keep a tank back. Can all of these fighters reach back, though? They should. Okay, I think this is reasonable. Let's let her rip. Nice. Yeah, that's why I don't like to leave extra units out like that when your opponent has... darn it, he got a hit. Your opponent has a plethora of extra units. I'm actually gonna... No. What's my defense profile? Default? Maybe I should keep it at that. Drat. Well, we tried. Got it. Oh, come on. I think I have to sacrifice a fighter. Oh, man. Darn, that was a bottom 5%er. Do I have to sacrifice a fighter? Can he stack that? Yeah, he can definitely stack that, right? Right? He can stack France? He has 6 here. 10 there. Yeah, with the fighters. I think I have to sacrifice a fighter. Oh, that stings. Oh, that France attack really ruined the round. Let's add an AA gun there. How many? My full slots, let's see, 8 there, 3 there. Oh no, I can't land these guys in I have to put everything I need here in Karelia. How safe am I here? He can hit me with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I am not as safe as I expected to be here. Oh, and I'm missing a fighter for Karelia. Oh, this sucks. Okay, that caused so many issues. I have to recalculate how safe Berlin is now. He actually has a... If I leave things as is, 1, 2, 3, 4... Wait. 5, 6, yeah. He actually has a... like... 56% on Berlin if I don't add anything else. This gives him a 21%. You know, I think I just have to give him a free West Russia. I hate it, but if I don't, he has really good odds on Karelia and Berlin. What a mess. What a mess. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna give him a freebie. I don't really have an alternative here. Well. Damn. really stung. Alright, that's it for now. Catch you guys next time for Japan 3. Welcome back. It's Japan 3. Let's take a look what Konradian did. 6 infantry, 2 fighters. Went after France. Killed 1, lost 1. We got a good result in Northwestern. And no losses in Burma. Okay, so that could have been a lot worse if he decided to go for Karelia. But he didn't, so where there's life, there's hope. So for this turn, I'd like to think, how do I intend to try to win this game? And in these situations where Germany has Caucasus stacked, I almost always try to take out India, because if you have India and they don't have Karelia, you're almost always going to win the game. Or at least you have an overwhelming advantage. You have, all of this income to gobble up here. You distract the U.S. having to fight over there, and the game becomes very relaxing for the Axis. So I'm going to buy 9 land units and a fighter, and if you know me, I hate buying artillery, but since we're going for a bust on India, probably turn 5 or 6, artillery are useful. You can quote that for timing pushes. Artillery are useful. So let's get this out of the way. Okay, let's try to capture these. I'm going to take these island units here to do my best to take that. If I had an extra fighter, I would hit Western Australia because it's a little juicy there, but I don't have an extra fighter, so it's kind of a wishy-washy attack. I think it's like an IPC even attack if I go for it, and I just don't want to. Yeah, it's a, what's the calculator say? It's a 1.3 IPC positive battle, and I think I can do better. It's like your mom say, you can do better than him or her or whatever. Can I, though? I guess I can. We could also potentially go after Egypt or Persia, but the reason I'm not doing that is because it'll put my units out of position, and after this I'd like to scoop up these island infantry and then swing them back over, or who knows, maybe go off on an adventure to take these islands. We'll see. Anything's possible. All right. I think we're good here. Let's pull the trigger. Where's this bomber landing? 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I can just land here. That's fine. Maybe instead I'll just have the bomber here. I really like having a bunch of planes here to zone out his Medchuk. I think there's a lot of power in preventing him from doing that, because based on his buy, he doesn't plan to go up to Sea Zone 10. I guess technically he has these guys, but his build, at most he can have 2 units here to resupply, so looks like he's going for a Medchuk, so keeping more planes over in Caucasus seems to my benefit. Good. got one hit out of that. Glad I brought overkill. Okay, let's swing this tank over here. Mush as many planes as possible over into Caucasus to scare away any impure thoughts he might have about capturing or starting a Mediterranean shock. Let's move these guys here. 4 units versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We should be safe. The destroyer will block off this. I'm going to keep this aircraft carrier here so I can land the fighter here and give it a little bit more range. And the battleship's obviously here to defend against the bomber. So I think I'm going to leave these guys here. I don't... I'm trying to think. Do I have the opportunity to stack this next turn? I don't think I really do. So I'm going to put some units here to potentially reinforce the Russia pressure, because it's very important that another real big benefit of the tank rush is you just kill Russia's income when they don't have Caucasus. I mean, we're surrounding them on all sides. I mean, yeah, they're going to get a free West Russia. It hurts me too, trust me. But overall, Russia's just feeling really poor, really squeezed, and it's a tremendous benefit to us to keep Russia poor this early on. And I mean, it's round 3. He's at 11 IPCs. This is not where Russia wants to be. So I'm going to prioritize making sure I have enough units. Eventually, the Manchuria guy should filter on through, but just in case he tries to heavily trade with me, I'm going to move these guys up. I'll probably just move most of them down because I don't have enough muscle to stack Burma next turn. Maybe the turn after, but we'll see. It's good to keep our options open when we know we can't stack Burma. He's certainly not going to funnel his units over into Persia to get slaughtered by the Germans. So let's assume our opponent's intelligent, which he is. We're keeping these guys here to keep the Africa dreams alive. Maybe I should have just gone down to French Madagascar. I don't know. No. You have to stay focused. Our focus is to take India, clip Russia, worry about taking this extra low-hanging income some other time. I know some people like to put an East Indies complex to do the India bus, but I've just never been a fan of that. I mean, that's 5 infantry. It costs 5 infantry to place something down here, and I can just funnel units. I mean, I like the Manchuria complex just because I want to keep pressure on Russia. I guess I could put one there, but then you have to buy more transports, and it just feels cleaner to not do the East Indies complex, at least in my opinion. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll catch you guys next time for Germany 4. Welcome back, it's Germany 4. Let's take a look at what Konradian did. He bought 6 land units, a transport, and a complex. He went after the Medchuk as we expected, and he had a perfect round. Hit Italy, no losses, Northwestern, no losses, Kazakh, no losses, so Doesn't get much better for him than that. For Russia, he bought 7, and he also had a perfect round, so not exactly what we're shooting for dice-wise. I think we're kind of getting paddled, but I think strategy-wise, I think we're in an okay spot. So I'm going to buy 14 units. I'm going to do my best here. I think he's taking my Africa threat lightly here. He's putting AA guns and crap down there. So I'm going to try to force a stronger response out of him, get some good income, hopefully. Let's see. Should I be skipping Northwestern Europe here? I definitely need to take Italy, so he can't produce there. The other spots are negotiable. Oh man, losing that fighter really hurt. I'm getting a phone call. Be back in a minute. Okay, I am back, and I'm starting to reconsider how I'm going to distribute my forces. I'm thinking it might be better to just hit Italy with enough units to where he doesn't want to retake it, but actually looking at things, that's probably not going to be possible. I'll add the bomber to France because France is super important. Northwestern Europe, while nice, is not essential. Okay, let's try it like this. Now, I originally was thinking, oh, I can hit this with the battleship and then slam this navy with the Japanese to punish him, but the problem with that plan is I can't hold Caucasus without the assistance of the Japanese units. I just don't have enough units here. I've been getting slammed too hard, so I'm just going to have to skip this juicy slab of meat for now and continue on. See if we can keep trading to make India fall just that much sooner. Nope, we're just going to be donating units. Okay. Donating units is also an option. Maybe not a good option, but an option nonetheless. just going to retreat. The odds are no longer favorable. Man, I've been getting... failing. Already failed 2 of my fights. That's not good. Well... that happens sometimes. I think I'm going to put an AA gun there. What's my profile? AA first. I guess I'll just put default for the Japanese. Since I didn't lose any units here, maybe I can block him off. Let's see, he only has 2 units to hit me with, so that's an option. Let me quickly calculate what he can hit Karelia with here. He actually only has 3 infantry. He's been going pretty heavy. What did he buy last turn? 6 infantry for... yeah, he's going pretty heavy on the air. Where did he mobilize them? Mostly here. Huh. Okay, well... I think I should be pretty safe. Right? This kind of shuts down the fun he's having here in the med shuck. This should be a bad target. He only has 2 infantry, 3 planes, his bomber. I guess technically 4 planes. So these should all be pretty bad attacks for him. What are his odds on here? Because I don't want him taking out my fighter if I can help it. His battleship is not in range, which is nice. Yeah, his odds are quite unattractive. Okay, well, I think that's good. Shut down the med shuck. He can take France. And though we're kind of getting beat up, we're getting a lot of income from Africa we probably don't deserve. I wonder if I should have sent 2 units to Persia, but yeah. As long as we're forcing him to trade, that's what we want to do to accelerate the fall of India. Because once India falls and I can just pull everything back up to Karelia, it will be much easier to defend everything. He shouldn't have any odds here, right? He only has 3 land units, 4 planes, I guess. Actually, let me pause the video here and run what a 2-1 attack on the Germany would look like for him, because he does have units here that he can pull out. So give me a minute. Okay, I'm back. I ran the numbers and he doesn't really have odds. And the reason he doesn't have odds is because I can just fly these Japanese planes to the rescue. But I think I'll just add some extra planes there just to feel a little bit more secure. Yeah, I think that would be good. And I'm just trying to buy big walls of units here. I'm trying to stall. I think he's trying to bleed me out, which he's doing a fantastic job, you know, forcing me to trade all of these locations. But he needs to crack Karelia so he can help Russia, because I'm getting a lot of money every turn with Caucasus and West Russia, and it's making the bleeding here, even though I think objectively my dice have been pretty bad, my economic situation allows me to, you know, more or less shrug most of his damage off. So, Yeah, let's go with this. Yeah, I guess I'll leave him more opportunities here in Karelia. Maybe I can move one extra tank up. It's probably fine. Just to make it extra super bad. It's already IPC negative. I'm just trying to make it a little bit more so. Alright, I think that's good. Actually, I think I want most of the artillery here in Germany because I'm going to be doing a lot of trading. Also glad I moved these guys up. He's fighting like a lion here to force me to trade as Japan, and it's working, but this is going to be a progressively big problem, me producing 4 units a turn here, and he's only going to be making maybe 4 units or less a turn, so he's not going to be able to trade with us for too long. At least I sure hope not. Check my defense profile, looks good. Alright. See, 43 a turn. Didn't get these territories back, but hey, we're still doing good. Alright, that's it for now. I'll see you guys next time for Japan 4. Welcome back. It's Japan 4. Let's take a look at what Konradian did. He bought more fighters. He's really going heavy on the air, which makes sense if he wants to defend India. Where did he mobilize them? Oh, interesting. 2 to India. Okay. Hit France, lost 1. Transjordan, good result there for him. Burma, no losses, so pretty clean round for him. Which is not what we want, unfortunately. Darn, he's trading. Killed 2, lost none. Well, anyway, I'm just going to keep trickling in some artillery. Maybe I don't need this many artillery. I can save a little bit money, maybe buy another fighter. Looks like it's probably going to be a turn 6 or 7 before I can crack India, because I'm having to trade a lot. So let's do what we have to. I don't mind trading really hard with Russia. That's okay. His navy has gotten scary to the point where I can't really hang around with my fleet here unless I add these fighters, which I can't really do right now. I'm just too weak. This is going to be a nice hit for Germany. I don't know why he left that there, but I'll take it. Yeah, I'm just getting such bad dice. I'm not, you know, in terms of trades and exchanges, he had a perfect US, perfect Russia. I'm kind of bleeding out more than I should be. Almost perfect UK. I'm just not exchanging units as cost effectively as I should be, and it's really derailing my plans. So, not sure what to do. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't realize that I'm fighting a gutted Russia. but he should be having to pay for this kind of aggressive trading. He can't keep this up with his economy, not having Caucasus, or I'll just one of these turns just rush in and kill him with the Germans. Come on, there we go. Okay, this is ironically the most important battle. I want him to keep trading units here. Okay, let's take this guy here, and we can, at our leisure, decide if we want to continue with the plan of pressuring India, or we can also try for a stack. It's probably going to be a while before I'm able to stack. Yeah, I've just been trading too inefficiently. But yeah, he's actually stronger than I'd expect at 43 with Russia, but he can't keep trading for too much longer. I mean, though my Germany is a little bit of a little skinny, but I do have some tanks there. I got 15 tanks. You know, I have some muscle. He can't afford to be too greedy with his trading, or at least that's what I hope. I'll move 4 there, because what I'm thinking is he might move the UK fighters over to Russia, because they're starting to get a little bit of a threat against him here. I am continuing to build up planes as well. Really surprised he decided to trade 3 units there. That seemed a little heavy. I don't think I think he should be trading as little as possible and leveraging his heavy air power. At least that's what I would do if I were him. Oh, is he trying to go for a France stack? I can't even tell, honestly. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to land another load of units here next turn. The turn 5, then turn 6, I can stack Burma. Turn 7, I should be able to take India. Messy, slow. Unfortunate. And despite that, I'm keeping a decent attack power lead, and it's not because I'm trading well, it's because I have really high income. Alrighty, well, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for Germany 5. Welcome back. It's Germany 5. Let's take a look at what Konradian did. Went for a heavy land unit buy here, 12 and 1. Hit Libya. Looks like he hit Anglo-Egypt, and we got absolutely garbage dice. We killed 4, lost 1, didn't even get one of his planes. And looks like hit Archangel, no losses. Russia, we got decent result in West Russia, killed 2, lost 2. And same in Kazakh, but I don't even know how we're still in this game with how we've just been getting annihilated by the dice, but I digress. So this turn, might be taking some risks. I'm just gonna keep up with the full land buy. We just need to stall out. I am going to do my best. I'm gonna try to strafe here. It might turn into a capture. I think I can stack France. I think if I hit here, I might just go for a wipe with the, try to wipe it with the Japanese. We'll see. Do I add planes here? I don't think I do. I can strafe this. What are my odds of capture? %19 capture 1 round. Or I could add that bomber here. I don't know if it's good to just suicide in like this, but I mean, what use am I gonna get out of that guy other than maybe taking him out, taking out a med shuck? I'm not even sure. Yeah, what can he hit me with? He has 10 units. He doesn't really have his planes out of in range. Can this bomber hit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I suppose he could. A little bit of an ambitious turn, so we'll have to see if it goes well or not. I have a lot of iffy moves, but I've been, yeah, I've just been getting pretty consistently poor rolls. I think I need to make something happen, and he has no fighters here as the United Kingdom, so I'm gonna try to take advantage of that opportunity. Let's try that. Fingers crossed. Okay, let's do this one first. Oh, AA second to... Okay, well, we're retreating for sure. AA second to last, so that was a bait. I'm going to write a note there. Well, I don't know if it's second to last or after infantry, but I'm definitely retreating. I got my cheese. I killed 2 infantry. We go home. Okay. Okay, good, 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 good. The dice are smiling upon us. I'll take that. Finally getting something. That's not what I wanted. Well, I spoke too soon. I'm gonna have to add fighters now for France, or there's just no chance of it holding. Well, I got nothing. That sucks. I was planning on hitting that. Please be gentle. Okay. Well, a little bit mixed. I mean, the strafes were perfection. Good West Russia. Terrible Northwestern Europe. Terrible Season 14. Good France. So I don't know how to rate that overall. I don't know if I'm gonna go for this, but I think I may be compelled to on some level. Let's see, how much am I gonna place? I'm gonna that just makes this a lot harder, because now he can add 3 more infantry to this attack. So I'm going to need... Oh, and he can add the battleship and the cruiser. I need like at least 4 fighters. Right? Not really in danger, because he can only hit this with 3 infantry. France is the place that's in danger. This he can hit with 6 units. A bomber and a fighter. I don't think he's too likely to hit that too hard, because if he goes hard with both of these, it means he's going to have a lot of units he can't bring back. This was 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, I can take this for free. Maybe I should. With the Japanese and undefended Algeria. I don't know why he did that, but I'll certainly take it if I can. Assuming... I don't think I'm going to go for the Season 15, just because of how dicey it is. I think I'm going to set AA second to last, in case he tries to do a little cute 2-1 there, with UK doing a bombard with the cruisers. Yeah, I think I need to keep as much as I can over in Caucasus, because I'm going to need to add a lot of extra fighters over in France to keep it safe. It's going to be annoying to keep it safe, because then the fighters are kind of pinned there. I can't really move them, or UK can just pick them off, which is not what I want. Luckily, UK is sending all of their fighters over to India, which is a smart move. But at the same time, it's giving me a lot more freedom as Germany to just do whatever the hell I want and not worry about his pressure. Maybe I should just put both of the fighters in here, because he can still hit me with 6, 7, 8, 9 units. Yeah, maybe I don't know. This is just tough situation for me to parse through. Where did he... Oh, his battleship's up there. How much do I have here? 8. Yeah, I don't think he'll hit this. Much more likely to hit here. Should be safe in Berlin with only... How many? 6 units? Is 6 units safe? Because I want to fully load up here and here. He has 4... Should be safe, right? He doesn't have much he can hit me with. Okay. Oh, this can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, hold on. I'm going to run some numbers so I don't lose the game, because I'm trying to save time for, cut down on the viewer, so you don't see me calculating. So be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I think I'm just going to add this fighter to Berlin just to make myself feel a little bit more secure. I am in a precarious position, so I can't play super safe, but despite my questionable roles, I think we're in a superior strategic position, so I don't want to take too many risks just yet. So I'm just going to add this fighter here. It's going to make Caucasus a little bit more vulnerable, but I think it should be fine. Yeah, I think it should be fine. Okay, so let's just do that. Oh, really playing on the edge here. I think I'll put a artillery here because he's looking like he's getting a little cheeky with his mini stacks, so in fact, I think I calculated it wrong for some reason. I thought I had 6 units in there, not 7, so that's completely different. I'll add an extra unit in Italy just to keep it safe. All right. So, kicked us out of Africa. U.S. has a lot of planes. They got 6 fighters and a bomber, 7 fighters and a bomber. So that's going to become a problem. The sole good news of this game is that he's just doing a med shock instead of trying to crack Karelia. There's no way with our weak start we should have been able to hold Caucasus this long. I mean, the fact that it's turn 5 and Japan still isn't even close to taking India just kind of signals how weak our position has been. So yeah, it's been a weak position, but I think overall I'm pretty happy with how I played the game, and I think we still have a good chance of taking it home. So, all right, see you next time for Japan 5. Welcome back. It's Japan 5. Let's see what Konradian did. He bought 8 land units and a fighter. Took Egypt for free, hit Burma, lost 1. Not much going on except the 8 ridiculous fighters he has in India. That's a little crazy. So, I have to send a truckload of units to France since I didn't get a hit in C-Zone 15. It's a little annoying, but it is what it is. Should make his Navy placements a little bit more annoying, hopefully. So let's get to it. I'm going to buy 9 infantry and 2 fighters. Let's do it this way. Let's see, I can... Oh, he left 2 free AA guns. I'll take that one. A little tempted to hit this anyway, but I don't think it's worth sacrificing most of my Navy for just... If he had 2 or 3 transports, I might hit it, but they're just boats. They're not doing anything other than sitting there. I'd rather keep up my plane fleet and force him to consolidate. I believe I'm going to need all 5 of my fighters here, unfortunately. I think I'm going to give up on the India Crush. I think I'm just going to start the little island circuit. I've just... My trading has just been too inefficient. I haven't been able to grind him down successfully here. And he has all of those fighters. It's just going to be too hard, so I'm just going to transition to a normal game. God, I can't believe I'm still in this game with how I've been rolling. But here we are. Yeah, let's go with this. Should also be nice to force him to defend Western US. Nice. Got it. I don't know why he's putting these guys in Persia. I'm probably just going to trade that next turn with Germany. Okay. I'm gonna need everything there, unfortunately. Let's leave this tank here so it can go to Yunnan if I need it. Kind of dislike having pure infantry there. Or sorry, pure artillery and no infantry, but you gotta make do with what you're given. I think I'm going to move these guys here to allow the newly created fighters to be in 62, so I can potentially trade Burma with them. I'm thinking, do I want to bring back these guys? He has 8 infantry. How many units is that? 67. That's 17 units. That's so many. But there's also not a lot of value in just stacking up against Russia, right? I mean, Germany's got it handled. Is this... Do I have more movement options? I kind of... Yeah, I might want to strafe this again, depending. Well, no, if he would have placed his UK units here if he was planning on stacking it. I guess it's probably safe to put the bomber there. I think this is okay. I really would rather have these artillery somewhere else, but this is a prime example of why you don't want to buy artillery. You just have a bunch of them and they're not contributing all that much. I think maybe I will send these guys down. I mean, how many units? That 8, 12? No, they're really not doing much. Maybe next turn I can send them down. This is the most pathetic India crush I've ever done because of just how weak I am. Well, we'll get there eventually. Might even send this aircraft carrier down here to try and suck up the islands. Well, I think that's about the best I can get done for now. What a weird-ass game. Let me check. I am set on default, so I will sacrifice the AA gun first if he decides to hit this, as unlikely as that might be. Did I have a perfect round? I did not. That's probably average. I killed 4, lost 1. The smiley side of average. Our attack power lead has dwindled despite having such dominating economics. We've just traded too poorly too many times, but I think our position, as long as we don't get like smote in Italy or France, I think we're starting to stabilize, you know. He's going to have increasingly big issues with Russia. He's strong and beefy, but he's just poor. He can't afford to keep trading. And he really should be trading with Germany, not Japan, like he's been doing. So it's an interesting game. I don't know how I'm still in this game, but here we are. So see you guys next time for Germany 6. Welcome back. It's Germany 6. Let's take a look at what Konradian did. Bought a destroyer, 8 infantry, and a tank. Must have bought the destroyer for Sea Zone 3. He did. For combat, hit Kazakh and lost 2 fighters. Oh, he air raided it. Very nice. That's what we need. Let's see how his Russia went. West Russia, no losses. Vologda, no losses. Novo, no losses. Lost to an arc. So pretty good turn for him, honestly. 2 artilleries and 1 infantry is a really weird attack. But, whatever. So for this turn, I'm just going to buy 11 and 2. I don't know if I actually need more artillery. Maybe it doesn't hurt to have an extra one, but yeah, we'll just buy more of that. And I'm going to keep up my pressure here on India, trying to trade him down. I have an opportunity to hit Finland with a cute little strafe. I think I'll do it. It should be profitable. Or should I just... Well, the problem is that these fighters just don't have... They just don't have a lot of range. I guess I could send them over here. I don't know if I should do this strafe or not. You know, I probably shouldn't. It's only moderately profitable, like 4.1 IPCs, and I think I should just play tight, you know, give him a big stack to try to trade up against and leave it at that. Maybe I'll add an extra infantry. I do want him to trade more as Russia. And the fact that he sent 8 infantry over to Vologda, while intelligent because I can't capture it, also gives me the opportunity to skimp in my Caucasus defense and really send more down to Persia. I'm also debating whether I should send this big glob up or if I should keep circling around Burma. Haven't decided yet. This is the most pitiful Caucasus game I've ever had. Like, normally I would have taken India long ago. But alas, that was not this game. Yeah, I'll just keep it tight here. He has a lot of planes, and he can maybe 2-1 attack me with some real muscle. I'm gonna have to do a lot of calculations after this. I don't think I want to add more units. One's enough. If it fails, so be it. Alright, let's go with this. I was so gung-ho to strafe this. Nice. Let me see, what was my note? Yep, AA after nth. Good. One rounded him. Excellent. All right. Pretty sweet turn. I think I'm even going to add an AA gun here just to say, hey, if you want to trade it, you have to risk planes. In fact, I'm half tempted to just give up Caucasus, move my big ass stack here, and say come at me. I wonder if that's a good idea. Well, I definitely want to put the fighters here. That is a legitimate idea. I don't know, can I hold against that? I'd have, let's see, how many units is that? That's 11, 13, 14, 15, 16 units. How many does he have there? He has 8, 9, 9, 17. Yeah, that's a pretty tight attack. I wonder if that's worth it. Because here's what I'm thinking. It's going to be at least 3 turns before I can take India. Is it worth giving up Caucasus for that opportunity? I'm not sure. But I have a lot of calculations to do in terms of, like, you know, what I need to keep certain places safe. I probably need to send a tank here, maybe. I think I'm going to have to pause the video here. I have a lot of calculations to do, and I don't want to rush it, so I'll see you guys back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. So after looking at the board, I don't want to send my guys to capture India quickly. And the reason for that is if UK hits this, and they probably wipe it with, you know, a little bit left over. And I'd take India. The problem is US is bringing a lot of heat over to Karelia, and I don't really have a lot of units I can send there very quickly. So having these 8 tanks is going to be really important for me to bridge the gap to send my guys in there. So I think I'm just going to let him get a good trade off here and let the dice fall where they may. Yeah, I think that's the plan. UK is unlikely to trade Northwestern Europe because I can just nuke him. So that's a bonus. I'm so happy he moved those 8 infantry to Vologda so I can be super skimpy with my Karelia or my Caucasus defense. Anyway, that's what I got. Let's lock it in. Check my defense profile. AA second. I can move some planes around depending on where they're needed, but the good news about this situation is the US fighters are in Moscow, so I can be very skimpy with my France and Berlin defense relative to, you know, where, you know, how much defense I'd need to if he had an additional 4 fighters bearing down on me. All right. That's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for Japan 6. Welcome back. It's Japan 6. Let's take a look at what Konradian did. Bought a fighter, 7 infantry. Where did he mobilize them? Only infantry in India. For combat, he took northwest. Wow, he did a 1 attack. Got it. Hit Burma, no losses. Hit Persia. What did he hit it with? Huh. It's kind of an interesting move. But he got decent results. He didn't lose any planes. So I don't think you can complain about those rolls. But since he decided to attack Persia, that means I now have odds on India pretty much guaranteed next turn, even if he does the maximum defense. He does a 1-turn strafe on Burma, pulls back. It's close to a guarantee that we get India next turn. So I'm going to do this, but I'm going to buy a transport, 9 infantry, and a bomber. Let's disengage with that sub. Transport's just to scoop up some infantry because my buy is kind of awkward. I don't have the right amount to just move these guys here so I don't forget them. To get everything perfectly that I'd like. I do have odds on these two fleets for a pretty hefty profit, but I'm going to skip them because I'd rather hit India. This guy can 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, can only hit this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, where can you land? I guess I can land you in Caucasus, maybe? So I'm going to move this big stack forward. Do I hit this with 2 units? I'll just leave it with what I have. So I can keep a unit here to trade. This is the more precarious fight. Alright, I think this looks good. Do I actually need to add more here? I don't think I do. Maybe I'll only add 1, and maybe I will hit here with 2 units. Then I can just add this guy up here. Maybe, where's this bomber? Take this second bomber and send it here. Might be a little cleaner that way. I really should check my fights more often rather than just assuming I got it right. Well, glad I sent 2. If he gets 1 hit back, it's okay. If he gets 2 hit backs, it's disastrous. No hit backs is perfection. That actually turns his 1-turn strafe into IPC negative territory. Okay. So since I got good dice on Burma, I'm going to leave 1 fighter here to discourage the US from attacking. Where do I want this guy? I guess I'll move everything here. Just need to make sure I hit this as the Germans. And it should be pretty clean for us. He can't even strafe this IPC positive anymore. Yeah, we have a lot of air. Once we take India, I'm probably going to abandon Caucasus next turn as the Germans and just send all the tanks up here to Karelia, because once we take India, the game gets a lot easier for us. They have to start sending troops over here to defend. I kind of love how this AA gun is trapped. I really think he would have been better off just saving these AA guns in the US to defend against Japan, but here they are, roaming about Africa, wild and free, unable to get past this German-owned territory. Okay. Do I want to send one of these guys over here to Yunnan? I think for an abundance of caution, I'm just going to send one unit here. And then when I attack next turn, I can send another unit here in case something really crazy happens. Do I need to, though? I don't think I do. You know, because the Germans are going to go here. So even if... Well, I guess the U.S. could technically clear it out. No, it's a near guarantee capture here. It'd take an insanely lucky strafe here on Burma to have any chance. I don't know. Having that extra infantry doesn't really do anything here, so I'll just move it back. Just to have a little contingency in case things go terribly wrong. And we are leaving this fighter here. Let's get our island scoop transport fully operational. Not the best Japan income for turn 6, considering we've had Caucasus, but this has been a pretty insane game. I think most people would agree, so yeah. Anyway, this will be the next turn will be very pivotal in deciding the course of the game. So see you guys next time for Germany 7. Welcome back. It is Germany 7. Let's take a look what Konradian did. He bought 9 infantry, 2 fighters, took Anglo-Egypt to free that poor AA gun, and he went for the France battle, which I did not expect him to do. And he got it was a 35% capture, and that's darn tootin' exactly what he got. If land units die last, it's a 28% capture if he didn't. So I guess he's feeling the pressure to go for something like that. This turn, I'm just going to buy 14 infantry and repair Berlin. So what I need to get done this turn is I need to kill this. Maybe I should just skip that. Some more units here. Maybe I'll even add a tank. Actually, I'm a little half tempted to just merge my forces here. You know, why can't I do that now that I think about it, right? Can he stack this? I don't think he can. So what if I just, you know, say all in? How would that turn out? He has 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. What can he plant here? He could, well, maybe that's not such a good idea. Maybe that's not such a good idea. That has a lot of ways it can go wrong. Then I'll probably just take these tanks up to Karelia to try and hold that. Hmm. Add an artillery in there. That should be enough. Yeah, I also have a good strafe opportunity on Finland, but it just feels risky. I feel like once I take India, like, time is on my side. I mean, I'm a little behind after that lucky France attack. I even left an extra fighter there to discourage him, but he took it anyway. I feel time is on my side. I mean, Germany's getting pretty thin, but Japan has a pretty nice air force, and once I stack a bunch of fighters in Karelia, or even Berlin, I think he's going to have a difficult time. So, let's get to it. Do I add an extra? You know, maybe I can be a little greedy here. Add an extra fighter here. One fighter there. Where's this guy going? Should I add 2 here? Maybe it's okay to add 2. I don't want him going after Karelia, if possible. Might be a little over trading, but let's see. Nice. Cleared it out. He'll probably smash it, but I think that's okay. Oof. Got it. What was his Russia turn? Took that for free, took that for free. Lost one in Novo, killed West Russia, no losses. So pretty good turn for him. What did USA do else? Oh, they air raided Kaz and they air raided Archangel with no losses. So that's the heaven part of air raids. Got it. Got it. Yeah, I sometimes wonder, should I just send 2 to France? But if you fail to capture France, it's just the worst. You know what? I'm going to send 2 guys there just to pressure. Give him some pressure. The next question is, do I add more guys in France? That's a lot of planes. I have 4 infantry. Bomber. Yeah, I don't think I want to add more. Okay. Now let me double check that I'm actually safe in Berlin. Let me see. I did 14. Let me just do a quick calculation. I should be pretty darn safe, but it's always best to be sure. Okay, and if he does 2 waves, adds the US in, how many units does he have there? 4 infantry, 2 artillery, battleship, cruiser. Looks like he burned most of his units. Okay, pretty much no chance. Should be safe in Karelia as well. If he bombs it with the United Kingdom, I can just send some units from Caucasus after it. It's amazing that we've held Caucasus for 7 turns with the terrible dice. But I think he made a big mistake going for a med shuck with the US at the beginning instead of just trying to end us. Oh, that hurt a lot, that France attack. But what can you do? Sometimes they take bad fights and get lucky, and he's probably felt behind in order to do that, so we'll see. And I'll still place 2 units in Caucasus just to encourage him to trade. I'm amazed that Russia's been able to trade this much, but I guess it's because of the air raids. The US has been doing air raids so they can still fan out a bit. Alright, let's look at the score. We got a modest lead. Let's hope that all these unit bleeding here in Persia is worth it, but we should basically have it guaranteed India here, especially since he didn't send these fighters over. It has to be bordering on 100%, so alright, that's it for now, and I'll see you next time for Japan 7. Welcome back, it's Japan 7. Let's take a look at what Konradian did. Bought 5 infantry, a fighter, 2 artilleries. Hit France, killed 1, lost 1. In hindsight, maybe I should have just full stacked France with Germany and then moved these fighters for a VC victory, but I don't know. I don't know if that would be the right move or not, but we'll see. Hit Northwestern Europe, killed 2, lost 1. Hit Persia, killed 5 of my units with no hit back, so that was quite a good roll for him. And he air raided West Russia. What did he hit it with? 4 units, and we got 1 hit back, so alright, pretty great round for him. I'm going to buy a bomber, an extra transport, and 8 infantry. I'm going to use that extra transport because I'm going to start hitting Africa soon, so I'll need some more guys. I'm going to move this guy here in Australia. We're going to march in here. I think I want to hit this, even though it's kind of IPC neutral. I still want to attack that just to... Yeah, I want to hit it to make it so Germany doesn't have to deal with these 5 units, because with all these 6 planes, even more planes, these 5 units can do a lot of damage trading a unit, so in my opinion, it's better to just take the hit now and, you know, deal with it as it comes. I don't want to hit Alaska right now because I want to use this transport to move over to C-Zone 36 so I can position it to take Madagascar, Egypt, and wherever else. I want to force USA to defend Africa and really take some pressure off of Germany, because Germany's starting to really struggle. I mean, he did that France hit, so that got good result, and I think he might be going for a France stack. I'm not sure, but I just want to delay his machinations for now. So let's go with this. All right, let's do the battles. A little tip is do the battles where the result won't change your decisions. Like, well, I'm going to do this no matter what. The result isn't too important. And so the Persia attack is the most important in terms of like decision making. So let's do all the other battles, see how things turn out, and then we'll decide what we want to do from there. Good there. Well. Okay, and this one, if he gets more than 1 or 2 hitbacks, this quickly becomes a bloodbath. Well, we 1 round cleared him. Oh, son of a bitch. He hit 5, killed 5 units, no hitbacks. Well, that sucks. It was supposed to be a slightly IPC positive battle, but you know, those air raids have that risk inherent in them. Okay, so I want to land... I think I want to land some of these bombers. Move this guy up there. Let's do the moves we know we're going to do no matter what first. Do want 1 transport here because I want to threaten him in... I want to threaten him in Alaska. And I want to start... Once you take India, your general goal, in my opinion, as Japan, should just be to try to force them to trade with you. Force USA to trade with you, force UK to trade with you, because you're going to have the income advantage. So it's to your benefit to just try to force them to keep exchanging units with you. Is 1 bomber enough? Maybe I should send 2. Trade with Western Australia. I guess if he captures this, I won't get the opportunity to trade. We'll see what he does. I'll move those guys there just in case he moves to 64 to try to defend things. No, now that I think about it, both aircraft carriers should be there, and the reason is UK still has quite a bit of pressure with these 6 planes, so if we want to land in Egypt, we're going to need some naval defense. They'll have a sub, 6 planes, maybe even 7 with this guy there barreling down on us, so it's good to have some help. This guy, I guess I'll just keep him here. Unfortunate that I only gonna have a tank to contest Vologda and the Germans for Archangel, but you know, Russia's starting to get pretty depleted. You know, he's doing these air raids to give Russia money, but you know, that comes at a cost. Eventually, you lose planes. And yeah, he's so heavily depleted. When this big batch gets here and these guys here, I should be able to stack Kazakh or Caucasus, and that should be good for us. All right, I think this is okay. This little guy, I think I'm going to put him here, because I prefer him to be here so he could reach Western Australia, but this submarine here kind of zones it out. So I'm just going to put it in this position, force him to keep a unit in Western United States, or to, you know, he'll scoop something up. We'll see. I only bought 8 infantry. Yeah, so we'll see how things go. Whether we want to hit Alaska with it, hit Western, just scoop islands. It's good to keep your options open. Make your opponent figure out how to deal with your nonsense. Okay, I think we're good. So, yeah, we lost a lot of our attack power lead due to how lucky he was in Persia, both ways, on the defense and offense. So he traded those 5 units there for, I guess, 6 units and 2 planes. So that's pretty sweet. But still, even though we haven't been trading well, you can see the economy now. Well, Germany's probably not going to hold on to 42, but yeah, for this turn we're at 93. They're at 86. Yeah, I guess technically they're ahead, but it's not going to be like that for long. We're taking these islands. We're going to pressure into Africa. All I need to do with Germany is just stall. If I can just plug up Karelia, prevent a France stack, the game should look better and better for us. So, name of the game: stall, deny any potential game-deciding attacks that the opponent can do. I'm just going to keep trying to shuttle planes and units into Karelia, dead zone France, and as we encroach into Africa, things should become progressively easy for us. All right, that's it for now. See you guys next time for Germany 8. Welcome back. It's Germany 8. Let's take a look at what Konradian did. He bought more transports, which is interesting. I guess it makes sense. He's trying to break us. Fighter, artillery, bomber. Took Baltic states. Russia bought 5 infantry. Took the Free West Russia. Took Vologda. Caucasus for free. And we kept him out of Kazakh. So the game's getting a little scary. The sheer amount of planes that the Allies have is making me very nervous about holding certain territories. So I'm going to buy an AA gun here to help. And I'm going to have to really dial back my trading if possible. Because I am starting to have pretty weak odds here on holding Karelia. He has he has 10 fighters that can hit us there, so that's getting scary. And even what he can bring to bear on Berlin is also a little scary. So I'm going to have to especially watch out for that. So this is what I'm going to do. France is most important. I'd like to trade this, but maybe I won't. Got it. Nice. got it. Okay. I thought that was kind of smart that he kind of sent one U.S. infantry there. It's probably worthwhile for him. Good to try to trade me down. Wow, he's got a lot of hitbacks. Well, I guess 2. Let's see, I killed 4, lost 2. Not the best. Let me see now. I need to be very careful about holding Berlin. So I still want to try to trickle units up here into Karelia, but at the same time he has so many planes in range. Like, let's see, he has 5 fighters. Like, I'm gonna have to run some calculations here real quick on my Berlin odds, because he has 5 fighters, 2 bombers. I guess if I keep this much, his odds are still pretty low. What about when he brings the US in? Does he have any bombers as the US? I don't think he does. Not at least in range. Okay, if he does a 2-part attack, can this bomber reach Berlin? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. 2-part attack, he has a 5.9% chance to capture, like this. I think that's okay. I can't really afford to send too many more units out, unfortunately. That should be safe, yeah. I think I'm probably going to lose Karelia in a few turns. I lost 2 fighters in Persia, which is unfortunate. So yeah, things are just going to be more strained. I may have to back out of Karelia, which sucks. But as long as I can get Caucasus before I have to retreat out of Karelia, it's salvageable. I could even just shift down into West Russia and try to pop him. Because Russia, well, they're not super weak, but they're not strong. We got a lot of Japanese stuff coming up, so we'll see. Alright, I think that does it for now. Let's put that AA gun there. I do want the artillery to be in Germany because I am a little wary of a France stack. I think if he sends everything for a France stack, I can't stop him. But I think I also find a France stack acceptable at this point in the game because I can just keep flying Japanese fighters in. And if he stacks France, Karelia holds, which means Russia gets no reinforcements, and Russia should fall pretty quickly without any allied help. Let me check my profile, my AA after infantry. I am. And we'll go from there. 37 IPCs. Not bad, not bad. Alright, that's it for now. Catch you next time for Japan 8. Welcome back. It's Japan 8. Let's take a look what Konradian did. He bought 4 infantry, a fighter, 2 artilleries. He hit France, no losses, lost 1 Northwestern. Air raided Baltic states, no loss. Air raided Archangel, no loss. Air raided Ukraine, no loss. Air raided West Russia, no loss. Holy cow, this man is a dice god. Man, this is air raided all of them. can't believe he... this is just getting disgusting. Alright. Well, what are we gonna do? I'm just gonna buy a bunch of infantry and a bomber. We'll try and punt and move on. Well, at least he's giving me this. I think strategically, let me check real quick here. What can he hit this with? Do I even care if he hits this with Russia? It's a 1 point. It's a 1 IPC profit. Okay, he can hit that if he wants it. I think this is the better spot to hit because then I can have 1 infantry go here and then I land here. I think that's better than French Madagascar. Yeah, I guess I really don't want to send the battleship there is the thing. Do I want to hit any of his fleet? Is the question, another question. What's he got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's not such a good hit, but this here is a little tempting. I'm a little tempted to hit there. I don't know. What are the odds? I guess it's... What does the calculator say? It's a 70%. It's just not that lucrative. It's a 13 IPC profit. I guess, even though the units aren't that valuable, I should probably just save the planes and keep stacking them up. It really sucked losing 2 in Persia. Man, I feel like I've just been getting diced all game here. Ugh. Where do I send this battleship? Because I think I have to send the battleship back so I can escort things to Alaska. I need to use this battleship here to have best odds on Western Australia. This is a little tempting. But I should fight temptation. God, he's been getting such crazy dice all game. It's getting a little frustrating. It's been getting a little frustrating. I need to save 2 fighters that I'm going to send over to 34. I have to pull out of Karelia next turn. There's no way to hold it. Just going to be unfortunate. Can I stack here? I'll run the numbers on that afterwards. Actually, it might be. Can I use the bomber here? It might be. I'd feel more comfortable using the bomber here. All right, let's go with this. Nice. Got it. And we can take Madagascar next turn. Ah, instant sink. I'll take it. That's the best result. I don't get the territory. That stinks. Maybe I should have added the tank. I don't know. I wish there was a way to protect this guy here. But I'm just spread a little bit too thin with my units. So first, let's see, what can he bring to bear on Kazakh? Let me calculate that he has 15 infantry, 2 artillery, 2 tanks, 2 fighters. What can I slap in here if I want to put everything in the kitchen sink? Well, I certainly don't want to leave that vulnerable, do I? But hypothetically speaking, you know, maybe it's just best to put everything here. I put 1 fighter here. I mean, that's a pretty appealing prospect here because this pretty much guarantees a Caucasus next turn. The downside is he can take these 3 or at least this territory. I won't be able to take it next turn. But I think there's a lot to be said for a stack here, right? Because once you get Caucasus, the world kind of opens up to you as the Axis. I think that's a really powerful move, the more I think about it. I just wish this bomber... Well, should I just say bomber go to hell? Like, see, the US can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, maybe I should just let that bomber go to hell. I probably should have planned this out, but, you know, beforehand and not sacrifice this bomber needlessly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he can just land there. The US, even if I put a fighter here, it's still not doing... Yeah, I didn't think it through. I probably should have done this calculation before, but I think this is a seriously winning move. Sometimes you just have to accept you made a mistake and not, like, make an inferior play overall to cover up that mistake. Yeah, once you take Caucasus, the game... It's really hard for the Allies after you take Caucasus. I think I want to do that. Oh, just this precious bomber. My precious, precious bomber. It didn't do anything wrong. It was me. Or should I delay that? But delaying Caucasus, even for an extra turn, kind of hurts. What's more important, 12 IPC bomber or Caucasus? I think Caucasus, it's pretty clear. I just hate sending that bomber to his death. I think it's the right move, though. Let me double check my numbers. Yeah, there's no way he has odds on this. What if I take away the tank? Maybe if I add the tank here. I don't know, maybe he'll miss it if I do it this way. Yeah, it's a terrible fight for him. I'll just add the infantry there just to, you know, force him to make some sort of decision. He might miss it. He might miss it with, he certainly won't miss it with the UK, though. No. No, I'll just cut my losses. In fact, but I will add one fighter here, just to keep this safe. Because I think him sending that and the bomber 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After that is pretty high. Let's see, what do we got here? I think this is the best compromise. All right, let's go with this and cross our fingers. Caucasus is one of the most important territories in the game for Japan. Being able to produce here for a turn allows you to trade these Russian or German territories, choke off the Russians, and send aid to Berlin, which it sorely needs. I'll put a little exclamation point here so I remember to abandon. All right, get out! All right. Okay, see you next time. Well, let's look at the battle board. Yeah, we were losing progress. All right, see you next time for Germany 9. Welcome back. It's Germany 9. Let's take a look at what Konradian did. He just bought more stuff with the US and just continued with the Karelia Shuck. For Russia, he just took all the freebies from that ridiculous air 4 area clear air raid, no hitbacks. He spared the bomber, though. Not sure why, but he did. So at this point, I'm just going to buy a bunch of land units. We have to clear out of Karelia. Guess I'll... go like that. Maybe I'll add an extra guy here. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take... Is 3 enough? Maybe I just hit this with 4. I'm trying to blitz some tanks here to save this bomber. I don't know if that's the most optimal choice. Actually, why am I playing around with these infantry? Just use a tank. Just man up, Blacktide. Just man up. You know, tanks are meant to be used. Tanks are meant to be used. Maybe... I guess it's okay to trade it with 1. Should I send those tanks in on that bomber? If he hits it with everything, it's like... If I put 7 tanks there, it's palatable. I'm just not sure. Not sure if I should try to save that bomber or just let it go, because while saving it would be nice, it'll be hard to get those tanks back, because he moves his stack here. Then my tanks can go where? Maybe, you know, I think I should just let it die. I think I should just let that die. I think it's not worth trying to save that bomber. Sometimes you just have to let things go. Because if I put these tanks out here, when will I be able to get them back? I won't be able to go to Karelia, because even if I do somehow stack Karelia where I can move the tanks, and then I can shift them to here, and then here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 turns of not having the tanks in a good spot. I just don't like it. Alright, let's try this. See if it works. Maybe I'll add some extra units here since I'm going to send the tanks back. This is important to clear, so he can't take territories. My God. Oh my God. This is not my game, huh? That's a big problem. I can't get my tanks back to Berlin. I put 3 there to make sure I could. That's a problem. Dear God. Wow, that's a brutal round. Oh. I tried to make all my fights stay super IPC positive, but that was not the case. Woof. I think I just have to give him this territory. My Berlin defense is not where I want it to be. I mean, I have these Japanese fighters, but it's just too tight. I don't know. Can I spare one unit? This is not what I expected it to be. This gives him a 60. I guess if I include the bombers. Yeah, it gives him a 42% chance to capture. I just had to give him Poland. I can't risk it. I thought that would be enough, but it wasn't. The extra infantry turns the Berlin capture into a 39%. Darn it. Actually, what if I move all the tanks here? What would those numbers look like for him to hit that with all his planes he's got? Probably wouldn't want to land them there, right? But he could. No, I don't want to give him that opportunity. Darn, darn, darn. That's really bad. Well, nothing I can do about it. That was a wretched round. Alright, that's it for now. Catch you guys next time for Japan 9. Welcome back. It's Japan 9. Let's take a look what Konradian did. Bought 6 land units, 2 planes. That's a lot of purchases. Shouldn't be that rich. He must have banked money. Bombed Germany for 3. Hit Poland. I mean, took it for free after that bad fight. We knew that was happening. Took Karelia for free. Killed 3 units in France, no hitbacks. Hit Northwestern Europe, no hitbacks. Air raided our bomber, no hitbacks. Air raided Archangel, no hitbacks. Air raided West Russia, no hitbacks. My God, this is his dice are just ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 units in a bombing rate, no hitbacks. I can't keep up at this rate, that's for sure. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna buy 10 infantry and some planes, and we'll get to it. I think it's important for me to distract the US here. Let's try to keep eating away at the UK's income. Let's take this transport, pick up a guy here, pick something up here, and then just absolutely slam him with as much as we can. We probably won't capture. Well, we might capture, I don't know. But what's important is that we pave the way to take Egypt. I don't know. Is it right to take here? I do want to keep distracting him. Let's see. Does he have 10 units he can send back? Maybe it's best not to hit Alaska here. Because it's not going to distract his... Well, float. Maybe with these units. No, he's sending those to Africa. Just a little worried that that sub will hit 61. Because I'm only going to have a sub and a destroyer. And I don't really have a follow-up, because he'll probably capture it, right? I don't know. What do the numbers say? It's actually not that positive for him. You know what? I think I'm starting to feel behind. I'll do it. And the rest of this is just going to go into Caucasus. Man, I was feeling really good about this game before the last 2 turns, where he's just been railing me on the dice. It's quite frustrating. I guess I've been getting kind of railed on the dice the whole game, though, so maybe it's nothing new. Alright, I think we'll go with this. Let's hope that AA and doesn't mow down our precious units. We just need to stall. Unfortunate. Those were not great rolls. Oh, he's AA second to last. Or after infantry. I feel like that's a flaw in his defense profile. Well, I'll take it. I'm gonna write that as a note for the US. Yeah. That's a flaw. He should correct that in his defense profile. He could have had 2 infantry there hitting back instead of 1, possibly denying me the territory. Like, AA after infantry is really only good for Germany and maybe like Russia if you think they're gonna do like a 2-1 attack. Okay, let's plop all of these guys here so they're nice and safe. Let's move this sub and destroyer here. I'm going to take this guy here. He's going to put 1 unit there. I guess I can move one battleship with my guys here. The other one will move here. It's a little risky letting him possibly hit this, but the odds should still be in my favor. Actually, I'll put these units here. He can go 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly an air raid. He's been very air raid happy, and why the heck shouldn't he? It's certainly been working out for him. I'm a little nervous to put my bomber here when he can hit it with 4 planes, so let's put them here in Buck Nowhere, Rhodesia. Or Italian East Africa. Why did I call it Rhodesia? I don't even know where Rhodesia is. I know it's a country. I don't know why that came to mind, but anyway. What our goal going forward is going to be... let me check my defense profile. Protection, okay. Is I'm going to try to annoy and distract the US here in Alaska and such to try to pull some heat off Germany. I'm going to try to pull units into Africa, you know, gut the United Kingdom's income and get, you know, pull units there to trade. We have Caucasus, so we're going to hopefully force, instead of him going after Germany, he's going to start supplying units into Russia, and if all goes well, we should come out like ahead on the income front. And I just want to have planes to fly to Germany and hopefully zone out his navy. My goodness, does he have a lot of navy though. And I just want to not lose. We want to put we just want to try to soak up as much income and stall the game out, because I guess our income doesn't look so great here, but we're at 62. Germany's, well, maybe they're not going to have 36 going forward, but we'll say for kicks, we're at 98 income a turn, and they're at, you know, Russia's obviously going to, it's obviously not going to be more than this, which is 82, but as we contest more of Africa, our income lead should grow. And as long as you're richer and you trade somewhat decently, we should win as long as Berlin doesn't fall. So that's my goal. I'm going to try to stall the game out, grow slowly, and hope he doesn't have many more insane dice rounds with these lossless rounds against us. So all right, that's it for now. I think should be safe here, right? That's 20 units. He has 21. There's no way he can afford to go for that attack. Hopefully I can scoop up these islands here. Maybe even put some more Navy pressure over in 23. Alright, that's it for now. See you next time for Germany 10. Welcome back. It's Germany 10. Let's take a look at what Konradian did. He bought 2 more planes and 8 land units. Hit Alaska, killed 2, lost 2, so that's a profit for us because we got the income, and that's 2 less units going after Germany, so I'll chalk that up to a win. And he hit Season 61. He got a little lucky. He got 1 sub, but still, I can be happy with that result. And for Russia, he just hit Kazakh and took the air-raided West Russia. So from this point on, I just want to focus on efficiency. So I'm going to try to buy more planes in order to trade more, because I'm going to be doing a lot of that. Do I want to send 4 infantry? Or do I want to add an artillery? I think I'll just send 4 infantry because I'm a little lacking on artillery here. Might as well send all of this back because, well, maybe not all of it. Maybe not all of it. Can send 2 guys here. This will be fine. I'm not going to try to defend these territories because he has so many planes he can just trade with insane efficiency, and even if it fails, US can just mop it up, so I'm not going to try too hard there. What I want to prevent is a France stack. I don't want to trade too much here. I want to just focus on maybe as few territories as possible. Keep the game clean, keep the trades as efficient as we can, and stall to wait for Japan to put more pressure on Africa. We're already putting some decent pressure here in Caucasus, you know, kind of forcing the Allies to, instead of spending money to attack Germany, they're having to stack planes here, they're having to position units to try to rush into Moscow, and we're going to try to gatekeep them by having a stack an Evenki in Caucasus, if possible. Alright, let's go with this. Heck, maybe I can just keep 3 units here. I think it's fine to keep all the tanks here, because the tanks can hit any of the territories we need to. Got it? Good. Certainly hope this doesn't fail. That'd be mighty pathetic if it did. Oh, come on. What is this game? Okay, well. That was a bottom 1%. Now I lose Italy. I can't defend it. I mean, his fighters can go 1, 2, 3. These guys can go 1. I can't defend Italy. Son of a bitch. Like, this has to be one of my worst dice games. How am I still in this game? What the heck? No, hold on. There has to be some way to hold both of these, right? There has to be, right? He doesn't have his transports. Let's see what I can cobble together. I really don't want to lose that territory. So let's see. He can attack here with infantry, artillery. 10 fighters, 2 bombers. I'd have. And what can he hit Berlin with? That's going to be 18 units. Bomber. Fighter. You can hit that with. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. Is he watching? I keep thinking, I was thinking 2 turns ago that this should be a win for me, a pretty easy win, but with these dice I've been getting, this is just getting to be absolutely gross. This is gross. Gross what's happening. Well, I'll try to stop complaining. It doesn't do me any good. And I thought I was here being conservative, you know, not hitting northwestern Europe, using all my planes on France. Alright, well. That's certainly not what we needed. Okay. Alright, see you next time for Japan 10. Or, yeah. Welcome back. It's Japan 10. Let's see what Konradian did. He bought 6 land units and a bomber. Hit West Russia, no losses. Shocked he only went 1 into Italy, but it worked out. Another no loss round. My God, this is just getting ridiculous. How many perfect rounds he's getting. Anyway, I'm just going to buy a bunch of land units and a plane, and we're going to hope for the best here. Let's put a unit here to put some pressure on Brazil and maybe stop his advance over into Africa. I was a little thinking if I should pick off the aircraft carrier and destroyer there or not. Haven't fully decided. I think it's worthwhile. I think one of our win conditions is shutting down his navy. Can that reach? It cannot. Maybe it can reach there. Trying to skimp a little with some of my attacks here. How important is it for me to do that? Because maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Because when I think about it, now that he has a France stack, I don't really... Man, that's a lot of crap. I don't really have an opportunity to sink his navy. But what I do have an opportunity to do is to potentially kill... Maybe I should only send 1 unit. Is to potentially kill him next turn. because these fighters cannot reach Moscow. Only these ones can. I'm going to have some pretty hefty reinforcements here. So that's something to consider. Yeah, let me posit what my odds next turn are going to be. Because next turn I'm going to have 1, 2, let's see, that's 2, 3, 4. I'll just assume that's going to be 5. 5 units, that's 9, 10, 11, 22 infantry. Now 26 infantry. 4 artillery, a tank. I should have pretty healthy odds. Maybe I'll take another one of these and pump it there. Yeah, I should have pretty healthy odds on him next turn for Moscow. And I think I need to make something happen. My dice have just been too abysmal lately. Feels weird sending 6 infantry here. Nice. In some ways it hurts a little to capture that territory because that just means the US gets it too. Okay, let's move the blokes up. I don't want to add more to Kazakh because it's already a bit of a tempting strafe target for him. I guess I can keep the some bombers there just for keeping a lookout. I do want to keep sending units over into Africa. Let's take you. You can send 2 units there. You can also send units there because I'm mostly going to be sending them up through here. Guess I can keep this to maybe zone out a drop. You know what? On second thought, I'd rather have this transport here to potentially scare him if he doesn't defend Western US. Can this bomber hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? It cannot. I'll move this battleship here anyway. Guess I can move it here to help reduce the attractiveness of him just railing this with all of his US fighters, which I don't think he's likely to do, but it's a distinct possibility. Let's send this guy here. You can scrape some island infantry off. I think I'll start sending a cruiser down. Yeah, get some guys down here to put some heat on him continuing to drop into Africa. Second thought, with this transport, let's drop here, because this is the likely area he's going to move into, and I'd like to slam it, assuming I don't go after Moscow next turn, which there's a pretty good chance I will, because I'm getting desperate. My rolls have been too terrible for too long. Like, just these gross rolls are just killing me. I don't need to defend this here, right? There's no bombers in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess technically he could do that, but then he'd lose his bomber, right? And I'm continuing to move into Africa just to force a response from him, if possible. Okay, let's go with this. Little wishing I bought a bomber, but I kind of valuing fighters more at the moment because I want to be able to defend Germany. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does. If he goes for the Kazakh strafe, that will probably reduce my odds on Moscow, but his odds, the odds are pretty scary. When he flew these 10 fighters in over here, it looks like he's wanting to do a capital swap, which is something we are not interested in, but I think we have at least a few more turns before his odds become really scary, but we'll see. I mean, Japan's getting big. The problem is Germany's weaker than the UK now. So, all right, that's it for now. Catch you next time for Germany 11. Welcome back. It's Germany 11. Let's take a look at what Konradian did. US, he bought 14 land units, hit West Russia, killed 2, lost 2, no losses Archangel, and we got a good roll in there, right? Oh, he said 3 infantry, so I guess it makes sense. We could kill 2, lose 1. Still, respectable result. For Russia, he just took Vologda, and that's about it. So I crunched the numbers, and we have a 62% chance to capture Moscow if he sends these 2 fighters in here. If he doesn't send those 2 fighters in, our odds go up to 86. So, yeah, we'll just have to see how that goes. All right. This turn, I'm going to repair, and by 8, I'm going to try to lean a little bit more. Maybe I'll buy an extra artillery, because I want, well, I don't really want too many artillery. Because I'm a little desperate. First, I definitely have to capture this, because I can't allow him to take over there. I do want to capture these territories. I wish... it's important that I keep my income up, especially since he's no longer funneling units up here. I can deplete and exhaust his units over time. And now that I have more and more Japanese planes coming in, it's going to be more challenging for him to split his navy up if he wants to go to Sea Zone 5. So that's a long-term plan. But this is the best I can come up with. So let's see how it goes. Are we playing this game again? I guess this is the game we're playing. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I can't catch a break. I can't catch a break. I failed. I did 3 attacks and I failed 2 of them. Maybe I'll put a guy here to discourage capture. I don't know. No, I'll just let him take it. I just don't know what to do. These are just the most ridiculous dice I can even remember having. It's just getting gross to me at this point. I guess I'll leave some AA guns here to discourage him from attacking these territories. I don't know. I mean, that was a bottom 2%. I think I have to move the tanks here because of how tight everything is. I'd like to keep some infantry here so I can keep trading West Russia. I'm just getting so sick of this game. How am I even still in this game? I keep asking myself this question. How am I still here? And I don't know the answer to that question. BC. Oh, I'm falling so far behind, but I feel like I'm playing it well. Maybe I do have to go for this YOLO. Like, I can't keep this up. Maybe I have to go for the 60% YOLO. I'm not feeling confident enough in how things are going to try to play a long game. This is... I'm just getting spanked. So, we'll see if I pull the trigger or not. But, alright, that's it for now. Catch you guys next time for Japan 11. Welcome back. It's Japan 11. Let's take a look what Konradian did. He bought 8 units and a bomber Took Northwestern. We got a hit back. Hit Baltic states. We got 3 hit backs. Hey! He hit Poland. We got a bomber there. What did he hit Poland with? West Russia. No units lost. Finally got some decent rolls. So it's a Christmas miracle over here. So he put everything in the kitchen sink in Moscow, and I think it's best to be patient. The odds aren't great, so I should probably just be patient and wait a turn in order to have better odds next turn where it's almost a sure thing. So, yeah. I'm going to do these, 13 land units, 2 bombers, and let's get the show on the road. Let's take here. Let's see, what are my odds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. Should be safe. I could hit this if I so pleased, but I don't think I do. I could also suicide this transport over here, but that also doesn't seem like a super fantastic idea. I think I might even send 2 units here to increase the burn. He only has 1 fighter here, so he probably doesn't want to trade too much. Maybe I don't want to use this many fighters because I want this transport, let's see, to be able to land here safely. This guy go, but that might be difficult unless I have at least 2 fighters left over. Let's continue being annoying to the US. I could even send this guy here. Does that make sense? Oh, why not? I don't really have that much to do. And I'm going to be, how many? Probably going to have an excess of units, though, if I do this. I was a little tempted to take a tank blitz over to Bello to prevent him from just walking into Poland, but I don't think that's worth it. I think I should keep everything I have on hand to hit Russia. Da-da-da-da. Seven enough? Maybe I'm sending too many over. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. I do want that aircraft carrier to be here. Yeah, I don't really see a safe way for me to use this transport this turn, unfortunately. Unless I keep these units back. I think it is worthwhile to make sure we have a good lock on Africa. All right, let's go with this. unfortunate. He got the hit back, but that's how it goes sometimes. Nice, get the 1 round on him. Darn, got a hit back. Glad I brought 2. Okay, let's bring these boys and girls back. I don't know, where would I want that AA gun? I guess I'll move it there. Huh. Can he reach? He can't reach here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's put those carefully preserved units there. What's my defense profile? Default. Good, that's what we want. Pick this up, plop them in Japan. Doesn't have any air, so I don't really need to be too concerned about defending these guys, but I'll leave my units here just to give me more. Actually, I'll put him here, because if for some reason he doesn't capture this, I can move this transport to take Mexico, because why the heck not? Mexico's a great place this time of year. Considering Mexico's a tropical country, it's probably nice weather just about any time of year, or at least that's what I'd assume. Let's see, this bomber go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, huh? Maybe I should be a little bit more cautious with these bombers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Let's put the bombers here just to keep them out of his greedy paws. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I guess he could still reach there, huh? What about here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I suppose technically, well, it's only 2 bombers. Maybe I shouldn't be this scared of 2 bombers. Maybe I'm overreacting here. Yeah, 2 bombers against 3 infantry and 2 bombers. That shouldn't be a good attack for him. Right? Let's keep... Actually, I think I'd like to keep everything in Caucasus instead of Germany. Well, on one hand, I'm like, oh, I should keep them in Germany so I have more defense. But it also makes a little bit of sense to have the bombers here so I can reach around and potentially attack C-Zone 23 if he under-defends it. Oh yeah, I'll move these cuties up. All right, I think that's a reasonable turn. Just doing our best to distract the US. I'm certainly not doing much against United Kingdom. My God, they're one-on-one-ing Germany and winning. But That's how it goes sometimes. I'm keeping this aircraft carrier here in case I want to scoot it to 62 and have that be like a little jump off point for fighters in the future. And maybe I'll put the AA here since there's fewer units. Okay, let's see if we can make this work. I'm going to place the bombers there so they can reach Moscow. And it looks like I bought a little too much infantry, but nobody's perfect, right? Or did I? I got three transports. I guess that is a little bit too much. Oh well, I'll use it up eventually. I kind of changed my mind midway through to go after Western Canada. Got some good income at 69 here. All right, and next turn, pretty much no matter what he does, even with moving everything here he can, I should have a, let's see, even if he has bombers to be sacrificed first, I'll have 28, 31, 30. Yeah, I should have a 94%, right? Wait, more than that. Yeah, I have a 98% on Moscow, regardless of what he does. Unless he does some, like, crazy strafes where he kills 2, loses none, and retreats. But anyway, the odds are good, and let's see what he decides to do. And if we can survive with the poor Germans for long enough to make something happen. All right, that's it for now. Catch you guys next time for Germany 12. Welcome back. It's Germany 12. Let's take a look at what Konradian did. Bought 3 fighters, 2 artillery, and an infantry. So where did he mobilize them? Western US. Okay. Combat. Took all the freebies. And he hit Western Canada. Killed 1, lost 1. Okay. So, where do we go from here? Oh yeah, and let's take a look at Russia. He just bought 5 infantry. So he's fully abandoning Russia. Kind of surprised he didn't place the infantry in Karelia if he's just abandoning ship. So it looks like he's preparing to do an all-in on Germany. He scooped up the Africa units. He's going here. He says Germany dies, and that's my plan. So my plan is to survive as much as possible, and the AA gun and 7 infantry will hopefully help us to do that. So I'm just going to be doing the bare minimum attacks this turn. And the reason I'm doing them this way is if I tank blitz here, he doesn't have a way to retake these territories. And by killing this unit, I keep this alive for another turn. So that will hopefully give me the most longevity. And let's see how it turns out. Hopefully our dice are better than they have been. Ah, sweet baby Jesus. I've been hurt before. All right. course he, well, didn't take it. Didn't take that either, huh? Well, we'll take this one at the very least. Oh my god, 3 out of 3 hitbacks. This game is giving me PTSD. Okay, so... that was pretty bad. Let's move these guys here. Ah, my goodness. I made a special defense profile here. I'm going to show it to you guys, where bombers die first and anti-aircraft die after infantry, in case he does a 2-1 attack on us this turn. So let's exit, reload, and hope for the best. I'm gonna blitz this with the tank. Man, all 3 hit back. 1 out of 27. It's these games that kind of make you question if the dice are truly fair or if they're rigged. All right. Yeesh. Let's move everything back. AA gun there. Hit end turn. And its odds to capture are this is a little annoying to calculate. His odds to capture are like 4.8%. So hopefully we'll survive one more turn. It looks like he's syncing up to hit us the turn after this. But after this, we're going to be flying in 4 fighters a turn from Caucasus as humanitarian aid for the Germans. Hopefully that gets something done. Alright, well, wish me luck. See you guys next time for Japan 12. Welcome back. It's Japan 12. Let's take a look at what Konradian did. So he just bought 9 infantry. Pretty uneventful. And I'm just going to buy more infantry and 4 fighters to keep shuttling into Germany. Alright, let's take these last bad boys. Let's take that sweet, sweet prize. That is Moscow. Keep putting on the pressure there. I think it's worth suiciding a transport here. Just to take out some extra units, because he's doing an all-in. We just have to defend, right? We just have to defend, and we're going to be fine. It doesn't matter if it's a little messy, if it's a little ugly. We'll figure it out. Is this enough? I mean, it certainly should be. This is safe, right? He only has 20. Should be safe. Probably. Definitely want to take this so he can't take Poland out or some nonsense. Or do I just blitz the tank over here? That's the question. Is it worth killing this? Because I didn't... No, I think it is worth taking it, so he can't... He has no chance to take Poland, even if he sends a bunch of units. Alright, let's do it this way. And I'm going to keep loading units into Western Canada to distract the US. To try to see if I can force them into paying attention somewhere else. Maybe I'll take one less to Russia. I think he's planning... If he moves a unit here... no, I should just go all into Russia because he can just trade here anyway. Right? He's probably planning to move his units into Karelia to then dive bomb on to Germany with more transports, if I had to guess. I can't really stop that if he lands a bunch of fighters there. Okay. Let's do it this way. Got it. That's 3 less units. Every little unit counts in these sort of all-in rushes. It's kind of some pitiful hits, but we got there. Tank. Every unit we can pull away from Germany counts. Well, maybe that's for the best. Okay, let's swap the Germans' profile back to anti-aircraft protection. And because the US isn't going to hit them here. Let's see, maybe I should just try to defend that. It's probably fine. Let's load them up. Keep the pressure on. Keep the pressure on the US. See if we can force something. Led by 4 fighters, okay. I don't know if I want to move this here or not. I'm going to put them there. The question is, do I want to put these... See zone 15? Probably not. I mean, Japan's looking nice at 79 income, but the moment Berlin falls, it all goes into the pooper. Okay, so he's not going to hit that, right? That would be silly. Yeah, I'm going to have 4 fighters there. Can these guys reach? Anything that can reach should. So I'm going to pause. Well, do I need to pause the game? Yeah, I'm going to pause the game here. And it's for something really asinine. I'm trying to decide if I should put fighters here or if I should just leave these guys out to dry, because I should be able to defend them, because only the US 1, 2, 3. Yeah, only the US's 3 planes can hit. So if he has odds by going, you know, next turn, well, I'll just see. So I'm going to do some calculations and I'll be back in a jiffy. Okay, I'm back. I ran the numbers. I can't afford to be greedy here by placing anything. If everything goes according to plan, he has a, assuming he doesn't bomb me and doesn't hit this, which he probably will with the Russians, so I'm just going to take that out. That was one of the reasons why it was so important that I take this out, is the Russians will just probably blitz here and take it. He has a 44% chance to capture Berlin next turn, and I think that's about the best I could get it to. Unfortunate odds, but you know, it's been an unfortunate game, so yeah, I think maybe I'll add 2 extra infantry there. Just I don't know, spice things up. I don't want to add too much because he's pretty close to be able to smashing this. He'll probably just rail over here as the Russians, regardless. But let's put something here to discourage him from attacking it with the U.S. I guess. I don't know. This is just a scary game where I've you kind of made your decisions and you see how things go from there. And we're, of course, putting as much as we can in Alaska. If he doesn't realize that he can land these fighters here onto aircraft carriers, we might have a chance. If he does, you know, if he doesn't realize that, his odds actually go way down from like 44 to 22%, so that will help us, maybe. Okie doke. That's it for now. Let's pull the trigger there, put the rescue squad in. $79 production for Japan. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Unfortunately, even with Japan being this strong, I still think we probably lose if he takes Berlin, but we'll see. All right, catch you guys next time for Germany 13. Welcome back. We're getting close to the finale here. So let's see what Konradian did. You bought 3 fighters, 6 infantry. He hit Italy, killed 1, lost 1. I think it was... Well, I guess it makes sense. He doesn't want the Japanese unit to go into Germany, so I guess it makes sense he hit it, but it's not terribly impactful. So there's that. For Russia, hit Ukraine, killed 4, lost 4. Hit Poland, as I suspected with the failed Belorussia block. We got a fighter, so that's something, but really hurt our odds there. And he recaptured Russia for some reason. I kind of feel like that was a waste of material, in my opinion. I think if he would have just kept this around as a threat here or here, or even Archangel to try to tie some units back, it would have benefited him a lot more. But, who's to say? So anyway, I thought about this turn a long time. So first, I'll show you my buy. 6 infantry. Infantry is like the most cost-effective unit in the game. What do you want? So I'm going to blitz these because I need to play assuming that I don't lose Berlin. Because if I lose Berlin, it's probably curtains for me. Second, I'm going to try to exchange my bombers for value. Like, I would rather reduce one of their units and lose a bomber than, just have a bomber sit there defending at 1. It's not terribly beneficial to me. So, yeah. This is where he mobilized one of his fighters. And he did notice that he could move his guys over here into C-Zone 9, and he defended it with destroyers, which is smart. Otherwise, I definitely would have nuked this with Japanese or German bombers. Because if carrier were first, the carrier sinks to the bottom of the sea and he loses the planes. If it was fighter first, then that's 1 less fighter. All right. Yeah, let's do this. Hopefully the bomber survives, but if it doesn't, that's a risk I'm willing to tolerate. Every unit makes a difference here, though. Losing this 1 out of 3 would actually really hurt our odds. Nice. Okay, that's good. Okay. So now that reduced, let's see how many. Yeah. So that's great. I'm going to land everything here. And I created a special hodgepodge, Blacktide special, defense profile here. I really want to keep the bombers safe and the anti-aircraft, so they're way back. According to the calculator, he is likely to, let's see, what's my expected loss here? Oops. Okay, my expected loss is 24 infantry. If I lose 24 infantry, I think I can be pretty happy with the result. Now what I'm going to do is, instead of sacrificing these bombers first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to exchange these, it's going to be 6 bombers and 6 fighters are going to attack Norway. And I'm going to try to, I should lose 5 of the 6 bombers, 4 or 5, depending. And I'm going to clear these units out, in exchange for units that are defending at 1. So I ran the calculator, and the calculator tells me it is better to do this, sacrifice them. Hold on. Yeah, it's better to do the sacrifice than to not do it, according to the calculator. Actually, hold on. Let me run this one more time. Hold on. I looked over at my calculator and noticed I made a mistake. So be back in a minute. Okay, sorry. I am back, and I have ran the numbers again, and it actually is much better odds for me to smack this down, because he made a mistake and didn't attack this infantry with his UK forces. So I'm going to hit this with all of my, 11 fighters, 6 bombers. I also plan to suicide these 2 units and the cruiser shot into France. Every single one of these attacks absolutely can make a difference, and it according, if I get average results, it should make his odds around 30% or so to capture if I get average. Give or take. It's a little hard because I couldn't put in the calculator minus 6 bombers from the next fight, so it might be a little bit higher than 30%, but in any case, the odds should be... We're more likely to succeed than fail. So, all right. I think, let me double check this defense profile. I think we're okay, and I think I think he made some mistakes. I think he should have taken these fighters and placed them on Corellia to prevent me from doing a snipe. Or at least that's my opinion. And he also probably should have hit this Archangel, which, because if he fully protected those completely, and cinched everything up about as good as it could be, his odds would be about 84% to capture. And now they're, 30%, so that's a big difference. Anyway, that's it. I think I'm just going to look here. Hope he gets below average with the United Kingdom. Fingers crossed. And we'll play out this finale. I mean, with how bad our dice have been this game, surely we're owed something, right? So, all right. See you guys next time for Japan 13.